So I actually read over the weekend that there is a thing called cooking meditation, and it really struck a chord with me because it made me realize that this is why I love to cook. I love to cook because it is like meditation for me, especially when I am cooking for somebody that I love. So tonight I'm making not only dinner for myself and my kids, for my family, but I'm also going to make some stuffed peppers for my friend who is a first responder, Cecilia, and I'm going to drop them off at her house. I'm just making 2 of them for her because I don't know if her kids like spicier food, but I'm going to be in a meditative-ish state while I'm cooking. So I think the 2 small hinges for today are a little bit more broad than they are focused on like tactical things you can do. So the first small hinge is get in your kitchen and cook. And cook for meditation. And the way that you do that is with the second small hinge, which is cook for somebody that you love and someone that you want to show appreciation and love for. So the first thing I need to do in my small hinges, I'm already in my kitchen, right? Okay, that's number 1. So we're doing some meditative cooking today. And what's the thing that you typically think of when you are doing meditation? That's right, music. All right, so I'm going to tell Alexa, please play Relaxation Station.
The station meditation on Amazon Music.
Look at new. When I relax, I do meditation. All right, that was a little loud. It's kind of hard to meditate when it's so loud, so I'm going to turn it down. Alexa, turn it down a little bit. Okay, that's good, right? I like that. Okay, so I'm going to get, for our stuffed peppers, the first thing I need to do is to cook some rice. Now, one of my former nannies actually taught me, Megan Vega, taught me how to make rice without measuring. So what I do first in my meditation there's about a half a cup of brown rice in here that's been rinsed, and I'm just tossing it with about a teaspoon and a half of good olive oil and a pinch of salt. And I'm kind of just toasting the rice. And what this will do is that it'll keep it from getting all mushy and gross. And because I've pre-rinsed it, it takes some of the starchiness out of it, but not all of it. So it'll still be kind of like sticky and a little bit crunchy, and honestly, it'll be perfect. So once I get that done, I'm going to add water to that and bring it to a boil. And then I'm going to reduce it down to medium heat. I'm going to turn my meditation music down a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Then the second part of my meditative cooking is I'm going to take my peppers. I'm going to cut the middle out of it so that I can stuff them with the rice and the sausage and the onion mixture, because what goes better with stuffed peppers than pepper, sausage, and onions? Hello. And I'm going to use some fresh greens to chop up in there, as well as some fresh parsley and garlic, which I think all of us know at this point is really good for your immune system. Not so great for your breath, but she's got to social distance herself anyway from other people. So, and then some onion. All right, so my rice is slightly toasted. I'm going to add some water to that and bring that up to a boil. Okay, so I've just kind of covered the rice so it's not too much water. And then I'm going to get my cover ready for that. Okay, so in my other pan, I'm going to get it heating. I'm going to get the onion cut. And while I'm cutting onions, I definitely get into a more meditative state. There's a couple different ways to cut onions. The way that I'm going to cut them, I will show you. I want to kind of dice them because they're going in with the sausage and we don't want to have too many of them. So I'm actually only going to use half of the onion in the mix, and I'm using about a cup and a half or so of organic pork sausage inside my pepper stuffing. Okay, so you always want to take the skin off of the onion, but you can do it after you cut it. So I'm going to cut them into these like rainbow slices like this, and then just cut the other way. And what you can see is we have these nice chunks of onion. Okay, so I'm going to throw that in with a little bit of olive oil over some medium heat. I already feel more relaxed with my Native American flute music playing, relaxation station on Amazon, and you know, just going through the motions of cutting. My hair looks crazy today. I should have put it back for cooking. Is meditative. Do you guys cook a lot to meditate? Okay, putting this in here. Throw a little bit of oil in there. Not too much. You don't want it to splatter all over the place. So we're doing meditative cooking today for my friend Cecilia. I'm making her some stuffed peppers for her and her family, really for her and her husband. And then I'm gonna send over a salad to go along with it. I don't know if her kids are picky or else I'd make more, but fresh stuffed peppers are kind of hard to reheat. So I don't want to make too much and waste food. I like that Maya says she meditates while somebody else cooks. All right, so our rice is brought to a boil. You can see that I'm kind of leaving the lid to the rice like slightly ajar, like that. And I'm gonna leave it on a little bit higher than a simmer, probably around low heat, not a simmer, a little bit higher than a simmer. Okay, so I've got my onions sweating it out. And now I'm cutting my garlic. Now, with garlic, you can get it prepared one of two ways. You can either chop it really thinly and then dice it on the board, or you can use a garlic press to kind of get the same. Since we're meditating today, we're meditative cooking for Mindful Monday. I think instead of using a garlic press, which seems like a little bit of a cop-out for meditation, just gonna finely chop it. And chopping is really, it does put you in a meditative state. You don't want to put yourself in too much of a meditative state when you are chopping with a sharp knife though, because you don't want to take your fingers off. You want to make sure that when you are cooking your garlic and your onion that you're not burning it, or else it'll get super bitter. So you want it to sweat though. And I'm going to add a little bit of salt to the onion and garlic. Help it cook. Salt actually helps to reduce the cooking temperature. All right, now I'm going to take these really pretty peppers and cut the middle out very carefully. I'm actually going to get a smaller knife so I don't take my fingers off. All right, so I have a long, thin knife. I'm just going to cut around the top, and then I'm going to pop out the center. You want to cut enough out so that you have room, but not too much so that you create a big gaping hole on the top. So here's my hollow, empty, ready to be stuffed pepper number 1. And then let's go with pepper number 2. For my friend Cecilia. Now this one has a lot more seeds, so I'm just going to give it a quick rinse out. Okay, now that the onions and the garlic are cooking, I'm going to add the sausage. Okay, I'm going to break that down into the onion and garlic. So while that's cooking up, I just want to make sure that my oven is preheated to 350. And it is, because I actually have chicken in there cooking for the girls and I tonight, the family and I. And the other thing we're going to put into this is cheese, because, I mean, why not? It's cheese. Monday. I'm going to get my cheese out. So this is the cheese that I like to use in my stuffed peppers. It's actually a mix of 3 different cheeses. It's Asiago, Parmesan, and Romano. And this will add a nice creaminess, but also a little bit of nuttiness and cheesy goodness, a little funk. I like a little funk in my mix. Okay, so while this is cooking, make sure it doesn't burn. Smells really good, really, really good. While this is cooking, and I'm in my Zen space, I'm gonna chop up some of these greens that I have here. And these are just mixed organic spinach and, I think these are spinach and collard greens. Got it in the box. Came in a box. And then what I'm just gonna do, I mean, not too much, because I don't want it to be too, I'm just gonna sprinkle it in. And that'll just wilt down with the sausage and the onions and the garlic. And I want to take a minute, while I'm preparing this food, to share gratitude for all of the first responders, all of the healthcare workers that are not only risking their lives, but their families' lives, and really working hard to help flatten the curve and to reduce the amount of people who are dying from COVID-related issues and illness. And I think by sharing gratitude, it's the best way to feel good, honestly. All right, so I'm just gonna look at this beautiful parsley. Thank you, Cammie. I'm still using it. It's been on my counter for a week now. Just change out the water, leave it on my counter. Better way to keep it fresh than even putting it in the fridge. It smells so good too. All right, so I'm chopping up some parsley also to throw in there. I mean, so good. This is just so easy. Oh yeah, there's our parsley, fresh parsley. Now this is spicy sausage. You can, if you like a lot of heat, which I know these guys do, you can even add more, which I'm going to. So I got this bottle of red pepper. I don't know if you guys can read that. Italians have a good sense of humor. Okay. So our mixture is almost complete. We just have to wait for the rice to be done. And so in the meantime, what I'm going to do is this is also a great way to extend your meals. So if you have a little bit of sausage and you're only like one person or two people or something like that at home, and you have a lot of it, you can take a portion of it, like a cup of it, and you can cook it up with some onion and garlic and fresh vegetables and like spinach and fresh parsley and herbs and that kind of stuff. And you can get 2 peppers. This is a really cheap and easy way to make a really great, delicious meal. And we're cooking for somebody that we love, right? So it makes taste even better. And then we're gonna add some cheese because why not? It's Monday and we're cooking for friends. And we've got our rice is still getting there, but once it's there, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix it in with this sausage mixture. I mean, look at that. Look how pretty that looks. Smells really good. And when I take it out of the oven to be safe later, so I'm going to stuff it in here, mix it up with some cheese and some rice. And when I take it out of the oven later, I'm going to take it off while I have gloves on, because once it's in the oven, it's cooking off all of the, bacteria and stuff from me. But I'm going to put a mask on and gloves on, and then put it right into a container and bring it straight to her house so that there's very little chance of it being contaminated. But be careful if you're cooking for somebody, especially if it's an older person or someone with a compromised immune system. Make sure that you're careful with the food that you're preparing, the food that you're delivering. Also just for yourself too. All right. So, got our rice. Rice is almost done. So I'm going to sign off for now, and I'm going to post the video that I'm recording on Zoom because YouTube Live was not YouTube Live. Facebook Live was not working for me, but I'm really grateful that you joined me today for Monday, Mindful Monday, where we are doing cooking meditation. We did some chopping, we did some dicing, we did some sauteing, we did some boiling, we're gonna do some baking, and then we're going to deliver this food to our friends. So anyway, I am grateful for you. I am grateful for you joining me today. Please stay tuned. Hopefully I can get Facebook Live working tomorrow, but I wish you lots of love and yum. Stay safe and stay healthy and stay sane. Use cooking as a form of meditation. And if you come up with anything you'd like to ask me, or questions or suggestions, or you'd like to participate with me on one of these lives, please let me know. I will talk to you soon. All right, so we're still on Zoom. And we're still recording. We still have our rice cooking and we are meditating. So I've prepared a tray. We have our peppers ready to be stuffed. We're going to stuff them with our mixture of rice, sausage, onions, garlic, and a little bit of cheese. It's going to be delicious. And then we're going to pop it in the oven for about 10 minutes. When I take it out, I'm going to wear my gloves, I'm going to wear my mask, and I'm going to deliver it straight over to Cecilia's house for Cecilia and Jose to enjoy tonight with a nice little mixed greens side salad. And that is it for today. Thank you for joining me for Small Hinges. Again, the Small Hinges for today. You can use cooking as a way to meditate and stay grounded and to stay mindful. Today's Mindful Monday. And so get into your kitchen, practice cooking in a little bit more of a slower pace, and put some music on, take your time, and think about the second small hinge is think about who you are preparing the food for. And once you are connected to the part of yourself that is grateful and shares gratitude, if you're cooking for people that you love, that you appreciate, that you are grateful for, guess what? That food's going to taste even better and you're going to feel really, really good. And it's good to feel good. So that's it. Lindsay O'Neill, SmallHinges.Health. Please join me next time.